Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with more new Black Friday releases. So today I have Kathleen Co's new Winter 2022 collection. This collection will be available along with a whole bunch of other wonderful sales on the Kathleen Co website starting on November 25th. I'll include all of the specifics down in the description. But this collection is not available as a pre-order, so if it sells out during the Black Friday sale, it will come back at a later date. And the new collection will be discounted. The polishes will be $11 when they're usually $13. I'll include all of the specifics about the sale down in the description if you want to check it out, but I think we should just get into the nail polish. Let's start with Moon, and this one is definitely the lightest polish in the collection, and it's described as a white base with a heavy dose of glowy gold to green to aqua shimmer. So this polish is very sheer. As you can see, it does build up in 3 coats, but it still left my nail line visible after the 3rd coat. But you know that I love sheer polishes, so I'm a big fan of this one. But because the formula is so beautiful and smooth and even, it would definitely work well as a topper for those of you who don't prefer that sheer visible nail line look. So this one is going to blow your mind when I move my hand around in different lighting, but I already said that this has a fantastic formula. It builds up really nicely and evenly, which I really appreciate in a formula like this. And it does dry down a little on the dull side, so definitely use a glossy top coat to bring back the shine, as you can see here. And it definitely also has some ghostly qualities to it. And now you can just see what I mean about how shifty this polish is. I'm not sure if it's my actual own nail and skin tone that are making it appear almost purple in some angles, but I'm just really in love with this polish. Next up we have Imagine, and this one is a soft pink base with a gold green to aqua shimmer and hollow flakes. So this has the same shimmer as we just saw in Moon, but it's totally different in the pink base and with the hollow. So the description says hollow flakes, but they must be super, super fine because they pretty much make this look like a linear hollow to my eyes, but you know, I mean, I guess I should be an expert at this point, but I don't claim to be. So anyway, this one is also on the sheer side, but I was able to build it up to opacity in 3 coats for me, or maybe there's just enough going on that it covered up my nail line. So as you can see already, that the shimmer in this one is incredibly strong, and it does dry down just a touch dull, and because it's hollow, you want a holographic. You want a top coat to make sure that hollow really comes to life again. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat, and I think that this is just a beautiful soft pink. It works beautifully on my skin tone. I'm very lucky that it almost looks like a nude sort of nail, and the hollow in this one is incredibly strong, as is the shimmer. It's just a beautiful contrast. Moving along, we have Frosty, and this one is a silver hollow flake base with glowy aqua blue to purple shimmer. So this one is really capturing winter perfectly, and this one has another great formula. So the Kathleen Co formula is really beautiful. It's always consistent in that it does build up beautifully in 3 coats. Every layer applies evenly. Never have any issues with, running or pooling or the polish of none of that. And I can always count on it to dry quickly, and I just really like the formula. So once again, I built this one up in 3 coats, and as you can see, the shimmer on this is incredibly glowy. The hollow flakes are visible, and I do really like this finish. So it really looks very, very wintry, and it definitely sort of has a ghostly quality to it with that shimmer. At certain angles, as you can see, you can almost still see my nail underneath. So I absolutely love this polish. I think it's incredibly ethereal. And as you can see here, you catch that purple shift to it in some lighting. And yeah, I just really love this polish. I'm loving all the polishes so far. Moving on, we have Lovely Day. And this one is described as a wintry red base with deep gold shimmer and hollow flakes. So there's some song, and I don't know who sings it, but I want to say it's from the 70s, and they just sort of keep repeating Lovely Day. And I don't know if that was the inspiration for this polish name, but I definitely have that in my head right now. So this polish, again, builds up beautifully. I will recommend 3 coats just because it is on the sheer side, but what I love about this formula, especially with these really intense shimmers, is that having a sheer base really allows the shimmer to build up just super intensely. So you're getting shifts that you don't normally see in a more opaque polish. So I really, really just love the formulation of these polishes. And this one actually dried down pretty glossy, but I will of course recommend top coat just to seal everything in and bring back even more shine. But what I really love about this polish too are those little hollow flakes. There's something really prismatic about them. They're the perfect sort of density and quantity, and they're just fantastic. So you're already seeing the shifts in this polish. They're really intense and vibrant, and it definitely gives me holiday vibes with the shade of red. Moving along, we have Once in a Lifetime, and this one is described as an emerald green with very shifty green to red shifting shimmer. So as you can see, once again, we're starting out with a sheer base, but they're going to build up beautifully. Trust me on this. The formula is really easy to work with. And this one in particular is going to blow your mind too when you see it, when I start moving my hand around, because the shifts in this one are unreal and they go beyond the description of the polish. So I was very excited when I actually saw this one in action. So again, recommending 3 coats here. I could have left this one at 2, but I just wanted to build it up in 3 coats because I'm sure a lot of you would be curious to see how it looks in 3 since most people have longer nails than me. And this one does dry down a touch dull, so you want top coat to smooth and make everything super shiny again. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat, and wait for it, wait for the shifts, they're coming. So this one somehow manages to have like purple in it at extreme angles. I guess it's the mix of the green shimmer and the red shimmer and the green base, but this one gave me gold, it gave me purple, definitely got the red, definitely got the green, but honestly, this polish is unreal, and if you like really shifty polishes, then you're going to love this one. Here we have Crimson and Clover, which I love Crimson and Clover. That song is like just one of the best songs ever. I love everyone who covers it. Like, it's just such a good song. Anyway, Crimson and Clover is also just a great name for this polish because it's a beautiful emerald green with fiery red to orange shimmer. And this one is screaming Christmas to me. It's just the perfect shade of green for the holidays. And as you can see, it definitely has a sheer base, but as you have probably already guessed, I'm going to build it up in 3, and it will be super opaque and super saturated, and the shimmer is just going to pop off the nail. So the Kathleen Co brush is interesting to me because it is shorter. Like, it's not a long brush head, I guess you'd describe it as, which is really good because in my opinion, it gives you really good control over your application instead of sort of a longer brush head where you don't have as much control. I'm not explaining myself well, but I really do like working with the Kathleen Co brush and polish and formula and everything. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat. As you can see, you're definitely getting a ton of shifts in this as I move my hand around. There's also definitely a tiny bit of hollow in there, which is just beautiful in the sun, which thankfully came out for like 2 seconds as I was trying to film these videos. Here we have In My Mind. So this one is described as a very dark purple linear hollow with a shifty purple to green multi-chrome shimmer. So this one is stunning, just like all the other polishes, but I'm a sucker for a purple and I really love the shade of purple. There's also something about this polish that reminds me of a polish that was one of my favorites and the brand doesn't even exist anymore. So seeing a polish with this kind of finish just makes me very nostalgic and very happy to be able to have it in my collection again. So this one, I actually was able to get opaque in 2 coats. I guess this particular formulation was a little more opaque for me, and I definitely recommend a glossy top coat for this to bring out the shine and also let that hollow work its magic, which hopefully you can already see those rainbows. This one, like I said, it's beautiful. I love the shift in this to green, but I also really love that the shimmer is purple against the purple base. It just adds this really intense dimensionality to the polish. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. We can pretend it's a word. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with all these polishes, and it's just beautiful. And last but not least, yes, I'm a little bit sad that we're coming to the end of this collection. This one is called Around the World, and it's described as a black base with vibrant red shimmer and hollow flakes. So this one is really interesting because there were a lot of those black to red multi-chromes that came out a while ago, but this one is a black base with red shimmer, and so it gives a really different effect, and it's really, I can't describe it. You just kind of have to look at it. It's this incredibly rich and intense shift and combination of base, and it's really glowy, and I really love the hollow flakes. They're my sort of perfect and ideal size, the ideal distribution of them, and they're just really prismatic and rainbowy. And this was another polish that as soon as it came, my mom wanted on her nails. So she's already worn it once, and these polishes last really well. I don't think I've mentioned that yet, but the Kathleen Co formula is really durable. I have really good longevity with it, and I just can't say enough good things about it. So here at some angles, it's almost looking purple because of the combination of the red and the black base. You're definitely getting some gold shifts in there. It almost looks green at certain angles. And honestly, this is just a really stunning polish if you love vampy polishes. I really, really, really enjoyed this collection. I think the polishes are absolutely stunning. I don't really know if I can pick a favorite because I genuinely love all of them. There's really something for everybody, and the Kathleen Co formula is just really wonderful. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you're planning on shopping the Kathleen Co sale. Let me know what you're planning to pick up, and I guess that's it for me. I will see you in my next video. Bye!